Shalom, selamat pagi anak-anak. Bisa dengar suaranya Miss? Apakah sudah siap untuk pembelajaran hari ini? Oke, terima kasih untuk responnya. Sudah banyak yang di depan Zoom, ya. Oke, ini sudah 22 siswa ya. Oke, ada 22 siswa. Sudah, Miss. Sudah 22 siswa. Oke. Ya, nanti sebentar setelah ini baru kita absen ya. Oke, sebelum pembelajaran mari kita berdoa. Miss pimpin berdoa. Bapak kami mengucap syukur buat pagi ini Bapak, kami boleh kembali mengikuti pembelajaran seni budaya. Kiranya Engkau memberkati setiap kelancarannya. Dalam nama Tuhan Yesus kami berdoa. Amin. Oke, selamat pagi anak-anak. Ini sudah 22 partisipan, berarti Miss akan absen dulu ya. Sebentar. Di bagian Moodle di situ ada tugas kalian ya. Bisa sambil dibuka di Moodle. Jadi hari ini kita mau membuat poster. Oke, ini ada yang mau bertanya. Digital seperti memakai Photoshop boleh nggak? Oke. Untuk kalian yang mau membuat poster digital, kalau misalnya menggunakan Photoshop silahkan ya. Cuma memang kan mungkin masing-masing dari kalian berbeda ya. Mungkin ada yang biasa menggunakan Photoshop, bisa mungkin yang menggunakan aplikasi yang lain. Dipersilahkan ya. Silahkan bisa kalian sambil buka Moodle-nya. Di situ sudah ada tema yang harus kalian buat untuk poster hari ini ya. Kemudian aturan-aturannya apa saja di situ kalian bisa lihat sambil dibuka di Moodle-nya ya. Ini sambil buka Moodle juga, sebentar. Untuk poster yang kalian buat, temanya adalah tentang lingkungan. Ya, lingkungan ini sangat luas. Kalian bisa membuat pesan yang berhubungan dengan lingkungan itu ada banyak sekali. Ya, misalnya tentang global warming, tentang sampah, tentang menghemat air, dan lain-lain. Ya, bisa juga reboisasi kembali. Ya, intinya tentang lingkungan. Silakan kalian buat pesan, kemudian gambar harus sesuai dengan pesan yang kalian buat, kemudian warna-warnanya silakan dibuat dengan warna-warna yang terang, warna-warna yang mencolok, supaya orang tertarik untuk membaca pesan yang mau kalian sampaikan. Oke, ada pertanyaan untuk tugasnya? Oke, ini ada yang bertanya kalau mau buat poster digital itu lewat apa? Gini anak-anak, kalau kalian belum terbiasa membuat poster digital, silahkan menggunakan kertas ya, kertas gambar, buku gambar boleh atau pakai kertas A4 ya. Di sini Miss hari ini sebenarnya minta kalian buatnya dari menggambar di kertas atau di buku gambar. Tapi bagi yang memang sudah terbiasa membuat poster digital silahkan, bisa ya. Nah kalau misalnya kan bertanya buat poster digital itu lewat apa? Poster digital itu bisa lewat komputer, bisa lewat HP. Kalau di HP itu ada aplikasinya, cuma Miss tidak terbiasa membuat poster dari HP. Kalau Miss biasanya buat dari HP itu adalah komik. Ya, jadi kalau poster Miss belum pernah menggunakan aplikasi HP ya. Jadi kalau poster misalnya kalian mau poster digital bisa menggunakan laptop, apalagi kalau Photoshop ya pakai laptop ya, pakai komputer ya, itu. Oke, jadi kalian untuk poster digital bisa menggunakan HP, bisa menggunakan komputer. Oke, ada pertanyaan lain? Kalau tidak bisa mulai dikerjakan ya. Miss harapkan Di akhir pembelajaran kalian sudah ada yang bisa diupload ya. Walaupun misalnya nanti di akhir pembelajaran belum selesai Miss, nggak apa-apa. Diupload tapi kalian kasih keterangan belum selesai ya. Oke, anak-anak sudah sampai di mana? Miss sudah cek di bagian Moodle ya. Sudah ada 6 orang yang mengumpulkan. Miss sudah kasih nilai untuk yang sudah mengumpulkan ya. Untuk poster kalian bagus-bagus. Ada 6 poster ya yang sudah dikumpulkan. Oke, untuk hari ini tolong kalau misalnya belum selesai nggak apa-apa, silahkan kalian upload saja, kasih keterangan belum selesai. Jadi Miss belum nilai. Nanti Miss akan buka lagi untuk yang misalnya yang tadi belum selesai, kemudian mau mengumpulkan, nanti Miss akan kasih room lagi ya. Jadi untuk hari ini seberapa kalian jadi bisa, kalaupun misalnya kalian dalam bentuk poster digital bisa kalian kirimkan sejadinya, atau kalaupun misalnya kalian menggunakan kertas atau buku gambar silakan difoto ya. Difoto seberapa kalian selesai hari ini bisa difotokan, bisa diupload ya. Nanti misalkan buka room yang baru untuk yang misalnya kalian mau mengirimkan hasil jadi kalian. Oke anak-anak, bisa dimengerti? Bisa kasih reaction? Oke, ada pertanyaan? Ada pertanyaan? Sudah ada yang mengumpulkan dan yang mengumpulkan ini sudah kasih nilai ya. Untuk hari ini silakan kalian fotokan, kalian upload seberapa yang jadi ya. Nanti misalkan buka room yang baru untuk pengiriman bagi yang sudah selesai. Oke anak-anak, untuk seni budaya sampai di sini. Tolong untuk hari ini tetap kalian upload seberapa jadi ya. Oke, untuk hari ini mari kita tutup dengan doa.
Halo, selamat pagi anak-anak. Oh, ini sudah siang ya. Selamat siang anak-anak. Halo. Oke. Sebentar ya, saya cek dulu. Miss, ini absensi ya, Miss? Yang penting semua ada di sini kan? Oh ya. Nggak apa-apa, kan saya lupa nama anaknya. Rumus tekanan zat padat apa, Alexis? Alexis ada di tempat kan? Halo Alexis.
Halo Miss.
Ada. Ya. Kira-kira apa yang minggu lalu kamu masih ingat? Yang mana? Apa coba?
Nggak ingat Miss.
Oh, nggak ingat. Jadi anak-anak, tekanan itu ada 3 ya. Yang untuk tekanan zat padat itu tergantung dari luas penampang benda yang ditekan. Ya, semakin luas penampangnya semakin kecil, maka tekanannya semakin kecil. Ya, contohnya yang kemarin saya berikan contoh itu adalah itik, bebek, dan ayam ya. Jadi ayam dan itik ya. Jadi kaki itik akan lebih memberikan tekanan kepada tanah yang becek atau tanah yang berlumpur daripada bebek yang mempunyai selaput ya. Jadi kalau misalnya itu kalau misalnya itik atau bebek itu kalau misalnya dilihat luas permukaan dari kakinya itu lebih luas daripada luas permukaan dari ayam ya. Jadi ayam itu lebih tajam. Makanya ketika dia masuk ke dalam tanah berlumpur maka tanah yang diinjak itu lebih ke dalam daripada itik ya. Jadi tekanan untuk zat padat sama dengan F per A, gaya dibagi luas permukaan, bidang tekan. Untuk yang tekanan zat cair itu pasti berkaitan dengan massa jenis zat cairnya. Ya. Jadi semakin besar massa jenis zat cair, maka semakin besar pula tekanan yang diberikan zat cair kepada benda yang berada di dalam zat cair itu. Ya. Dan juga yang mempengaruhi adalah faktor kedalaman, yaitu jarak antara permukaan sampai ke dalaman dari benda itu berada di permukaan zat cair. Ya, di zat cairnya. Oke, tapi saya akan review tentang hukum Archimedes ya. Kemarin kita sudah sampai ke hukum Archimedes tapi belum sampai ke rumusnya. Ya, betul, Jeremy. Oke, ntar saya akan review lagi untuk hukum Archimedes. Perhatikan ya video pembelajaran yang sudah saya akan jalankan ya. Jadi kalian perhatikan dengan baik, saya akan menanyakan kesimpulan dari video yang sudah kalian lihat. Perhatikan dengan baik. Tunggu sebentar. Baik, dari video tersebut kesimpulan yang bisa kalian ambil apa? Edo Juan?
Ya, halo Miss.
Apa yang dapat disimpulkan? Suaranya, ya.
Oh iya, iya. Kalau kesimpulannya yang dari saya tonton tadi, ini Miss, apa, eh,
Apa?
emas itu bisa lebih apa namanya, lebih tenggelam, itu ya Miss, yang kalau mungkin
Ya, lebih berat dibandingkan dengan
karena lebih berat ukurannya.
lebih berat daripada emas campuran. Ya,
Hmm.
oke. Ya, benar. Tapi ada sedikit lagi tambahan. Imade Ridas ya. Tekanan terjadi karena adanya berat air dan kedalaman yang membuat cairan tersebut mengeluarkan tekanan. Ya, bisa. Ya. Secara lebih jelasnya, ketika Archimedes ingin menyelesaikan masalah dari seorang raja yang dia akan memakai mahkotanya, tetapi ada isu bahwa mahkota itu telah dicampur oleh perak dan bingung untuk membuktikan apakah isu benar atau tidak itu dengan mencari Archimedes untuk mencari solusi bagaimana membuktikannya. Dan akhirnya ditemukanlah suatu pemikiran yang sebenarnya adalah metode eksperimen yang simpel yang akhirnya dikeluarkan rumus FA sama dengan Rho kali G kali V. Jadi rumusnya ini dari eksperimen simpel ketika dia harus tahu apakah mahkota itu terdiri dari emas murni, ya. Dengan cara memasukkan emas murni yang mempunyai massa yang sama dengan massa dari mahkota, ya. Jadi emas murni itu misalnya massanya 1 kilo. Ya, mahkotanya juga massanya 1 kilo. Apabila emas murni itu dan mahkota itu mempunyai massa yang sama, pastinya ketika dicelupkan ke dalam air dan ditimbang, maka harusnya seimbang. Ya kan? Jadi kalau misalnya di kiri ini adalah emas murni, di kanan ini adalah mahkota, maka ketika dicelupkan ke dalam air, ditimbang di dalam air, ya, maka harusnya itu lurus seimbang. Tetapi yang terjadi kenyataannya adalah emas murni ini lebih berat dibandingkan dengan mahkota. Jadi mahkotanya naik ke atas dan emas murninya ke bawah. Lah, itu yang bisa disimpulkan dari massa jenis dari mahkota dan emas itu ternyata berbeda. Ya kan? Pada rumus melayang, rho benda sama dengan rho fluida. Massa jenis benda sama dengan massa jenis zat cair, ya. Dan kalau misalnya memakai rumus FA sama dengan rho kali G kali V, maka gaya tekan ke atas oleh zat cair itu sebanding dengan volume air yang keluar dari wadah tersebut, ya, atau sama saja dengan beratnya, ya. Jadi terlihat di situ bahwa ada perbedaan massa jenisnya. Karena kalau misalnya massa jenis mahkota dan massa jenis emas murni itu sama, pastinya dia itu sama. Ya, ternyata beda. Dari situ maka diambil kesimpulan bahwa benda yang masuk ke dalam zat cair itu akan mendapatkan tekanan gaya ke atas oleh zat cair itu. Ya, apabila tekanan zat cairnya itu lebih kecil dari berat benda, maka benda itu akan tenggelam. Ya, apabila gaya tekan ke atas oleh zat cair itu lebih besar daripada berat benda, maka benda itu akan terapung. Contohnya itu ini ya, apa itu namanya? Kertas ya, walaupun dia digumpal-gumpal ya. Jadi kalau misalnya dilempar ke air, maka dia terapung. Karena apa? Karena berat dari kertas itu lebih kecil daripada gaya tekan ke atas oleh zat cair. Jika melayang maka beratnya sama dengan gaya tekan ke atas oleh zat cair. Jadi rumus untuk Fa ini sama dengan Rho kali G kali V. V-nya ini adalah volume benda yang tercelup ya. Jadi kalau misalnya benda yang tercelup itu sebagian, misalnya 1/4 ya. Jadi kalau misalnya volume benda di udara itu adalah 50 meter kubik dan ternyata ketika ditaruh di air ternyata tercelupnya cuma 20 meter kubik, maka yang dipakai adalah 20 meter kubik. Jadi yang tercelup di dalam air. Dan Rho ini adalah massa jenis. Massa jenis dari apa? Massa jenis dari zat cairnya. Ya. G-nya gravitasi. Jadi ini memakai satuan standar internasional ya, jangan lupa ya. Jadi kalau misalnya pakai massa jenisnya gram per sentimeter kubik harus dijadikan kilogram per meter kubik. Ya, oke. Sekarang perhatikan contoh soal di layar ya. Berapakah tekanan suatu zat cair pada kedalaman 20 cm apabila diketahui massa jenis zat cair adalah 375 kg per meter kubik dan percepatan gravitasinya 10 Newton per kilogram. Ya. Jadi kita harus identifikasi soal ini kita memakai apa. Jadi apa yang ditanyakan dulu? Kadek Gilang nomor 1 ini ditanyakan apa? Ada yang bisa jawab? Gilang? Nomor 1 apa yang ditanyakan? Oh ya, Jeremy Joseph, silakan.
Yang ditanyakan di soal itu tekanan zat cair itu.
Ya.
Tekanan pada satu zat.
Ya, tekanan zat cair. Ya, tekanannya Miss ya, Kadek Gilang. Tekanan zat cair, P. Simbol dari tekanan P. Rumusnya apa? Kadek Gilang? Tadi bisa jawab P. Sekarang rumusnya apa? Maaf saya minum dulu ya. P kali G kali H. Ya. Ridas ya. Ya, rumusnya adalah bukan P, itu adalah Rho. Ya, Rho itu massa jenis. Dikali G dikali H. Betul. Rho-nya berapa? Jeremy Joseph, Rho-nya berapa?
Rho-nya 375.
375. Dikali G-nya pasti 10 ya. Sekarang hanya Hanya berapa, Alexis?
Kenapa, Miss? Sorry.
Hanya,
Hanya
Tidak.
hanya. Kenapa, Miss? Sorry, nggak kedengeran.
kedalaman.
20 cm.
Harus dijadikan satuan internasional ya. Jadinya berapa?
200 atau 2 ya? Aduh, Ani bingung. Oh my God. Harus diganti ke meter, Miss.
Iya, betul. Dijadikan meter. Hasilnya jadi berapa?
Eh, 0,2.
Betul, 0,2. Jangan ragu jawabnya ya, 0,2. Oke, sekarang kita hitung sama-sama ya. Jadi 375 dikali 10 dikali 2/10. 0,2 itu 2/10. Jadikan gitu aja supaya bisa dicoret-coret. Oke, sekarang ini kan bisa dicoret. Artinya dibagi ya, 10 dibagi 10 kan 1. Jadi hasilnya adalah 375 kalikan 2. Berapakah 375 dikalikan 2? Ayo. Ya, Adeline. Betul. 750 satuan apa, Nana? Satuan Pascal. Ya, satuannya Pascal. Atau bisa juga satuan yang lain adalah Newton per meter persegi. Ya. Oke, sekarang dari sini apakah ada pertanyaan sebelum saya masuk ke soal berikutnya? Tidak ada. Baik. Tunggu ya. Mana tadi? Saya stop dulu, saya mau masuk lagi. Oh, ternyata ada di sini. Oke, contoh soal selanjutnya, nomor 2. Sebuah kubus yang masanya 15 kg memiliki rusuk yang panjangnya 20 cm. Apakah kubus akan terapung, melayang, tenggelam, jika dicelupkan ke dalam oli yang massa jenisnya 800 kg per meter kubik? Ini per meter kubik ya anak-anak, tiganya di atas. Jelaskan dengan perhitunganmu. Oh, ini suaranya siapa ya? Edo ya? Ya, Edo, tolong matiin. Oke, nomor 2 ini mencari apa dulu? Adel, apa yang dicari dulu nomor 2?
Dicarinya itu apakah kubus yang terapung, melayang, atau tenggelam?
Ya, oke, sekarang perhatikan. Tadi saya sudah jelaskan untuk suatu benda apabila dia terapung ya, maka rho benda lebih kecil daripada rho zat cair ya. Zat cair saya tuliskan zat C ya. Sedangkan untuk melayang rho benda sama dengan rho zat cair. Ya. Apabila dia tenggelam, maka rho benda lebih besar dari rho zat cair. Jadi otomatis yang dicari apanya? Yang dicari adalah rho bendanya atau rho kubus. Rho kubus rumusnya apa? Massa jenis kubus. Adakah yang tahu? Ini kelas 7 rasanya sudah diajarkan deh. Rumus massa jenis. Masih ingat gak rumus massa jenis itu apa? Saya sudah ini di semester 2 kalau nggak salah. Tentang mencari massa jenis. Ada yang ingat rumus massa jenis? Kennedy? Jadi kalau kita tahu massa jenisnya dari kubus, maka kita tahu apakah nanti ketika ditaruh di oli, apakah dia tenggelam, terapung, atau melayang. Ya betul, Adeline. Massa dibagi volume, Ridas juga. Oke, jadi rumusnya adalah massa dibagi volume. Ya, massanya kita harus tahu, massanya harus dalam bentuk satuan kilogram. Ini sudah kilogram, jadi masukkan aja. 15 ya. Sekarang volumenya berapa? Volume kubusnya berapa? Adeline, volume kubusnya?
400, Miss.
Bentar ya, 20 kali 20 kali 20 kan? Bukan 20 kali 20. Kalau 20 kali 20 itu luas, ini kubus. Jadi hasilnya
8.000.
8 ya, 8.000 ya. 8.000 sentimeter ini ya. Atasnya adalah kilogram. Nah, sekarang perhatikan. Kilogram sama sentimeter itu tidak sama dengan kilogram per meter kubik. Jadi harus dikonversikan ke kilogram meter kubik. 15 di atas itu benar 15 kilogram, tapi yang di bawahnya 8.000 cm harus dijadikan meter kubik. Jadi berapa 8.000 cm? Ini kubik ya. 8.000 cm kubik ke meter kubik. Jadi hasilnya berapa? Adeline 0,08. Tunggu. Oke, jadi kita hitung sentimeter kubik ke meter kubik itu dibagi 1 juta ya. Jadi tulis dulu 8.000. Ya, dari sentimeter ke meter kubik. Jadi 1 juta, nolnya ada 3. Oke, sekarang tinggal coret. Jadi hasilnya adalah 15.000 dibagi 8. Jadi 15 dibagi 8 per 1000. Ya, itu adalah 15.000 per 8. Hasilnya adalah berapa? 15.000 dibagi 8 hasilnya berapa? 1.000 berapa? Iya, 1.875. Jadi ini hasilnya adalah 1875 ya. Satuannya apa? Kilogram per meter kubik ya. 1,875 atau 1875 Kennedy. Oke, sekarang bandingkan antara massa jenis oli dan massa jenis kubus. Kira-kira dia terapung, melayang, atau tenggelam? Adakah yang bisa jawab? Ya, betul. Coba saya tanya ya, kalian ngerti nggak? Kensean coba. Kubus ini terapung, melayang, atau tenggelam?
Terapung.
Benarkah anak-anak terapung? Steven, saya mau tanya Steven, benar nggak terapung? Kensean bilang terapung. Steven kemana ya? Ya, terapung atau tenggelam, Steven. Coba buka ininya, suaranya. Di mute, coba. Oh, koneksinya jelek. Jadi Steven jawabnya apa? Terapung atau tenggelam? Terapung. Oke. Steven ikut kata Sean. Terapung. Oke, saya mau tanya lagi nih ke anak lainnya. Gabriela, dari hitungan ini, kubus ini terapung, tenggelam, atau melayang? Gabriela. Gabriela kemana? Oke, tidak ada di tempat. Sevilla. 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 Bingung. Masih bingung ya? Coba jawab, buka di mute. Adeline, jawabannya apa?
Kalau saya jawabnya tenggelam, Miss.
Tenggelam. Alasannya apa tenggelam?
Bendanya itu lebih besar daripada zat cairnya.
Iya, betul. Yang benar adalah tenggelam. Jadi kalian harus bisa bandingkan antara massa jenis dari kubus dan massa jenis dari zat cair. Ini kan massa jenisnya zat cair atau oli kan 800. Sedangkan massa jenisnya dari benda kan 1875. Lebih besar yang mana 1875 dengan 800? Kan 1875. Jadi kan sudah saya jelaskan di sini. Ya, nih. Bahwa apabila massa jenis bendanya itu lebih besar daripada massa jenis dari zat cair, maka dia tenggelam. Ini saya memang nggak tulis di sini, tapi saya tadi sudah jelaskan ya. Jadi ini seharusnya tenggelam. Kalau misalnya sama, massa jenis dari benda dan zat cair, maka dia itu melayang. Dan ini terapung karena massa jenis bendanya lebih kecil. Oke, udah jelas, ngerti sekarang? Ya. Contohnya lagi, massa jenis dari air air laut dengan air kolam. Kan lebih berat, lebih besar massa jenis dari air laut karena dia mempunyai kadar garam tinggi kan. Jadi ketika orang menyelam di air laut lebih mudah untuk terapung daripada di kolam renang air murni ya. Karena massa jenis mempengaruhi untuk terapung, tenggelam, melayang. Ya kan? Jadi ya yang contoh soal nomor 2 ini dikatakan bahwa kubus ini bisa tenggelam karena memiliki massa jenis 1875, sedangkan olinya hanya 800 kg per meter kubik ya. Jadi ini disebutnya adalah hukum Archimedes, yaitu zat cair akan memberikan gaya angkat terhadap suatu benda yang pasti nilainya sama dengan berat zat cair yang dipindahkan. Jadi artinya berat zat cair yang dipindahkan itu dipindahkan tumpah gitu ya. Jadi kalau misalnya bak mandi itu penuh, setelah itu Archimedes itu masuk ke dalamnya, maka airnya tumpah, itu beratnya Archimedes sama saja dengan berat air yang tumpah. Itu disebutnya adalah hukum Archimedes ya. Jadi dipengaruhi adanya gaya berat benda. Jadi gaya berat benda ini mempengaruhi tekanan di sekitarnya ya. Jadi mempengaruhi juga gaya angkatnya ya. Fenomena hukum Archimedes ini bisa diterapkan dalam kehidupan sehari-hari. Bahkan kapal selam pun itu menggunakan hukum Archimedes, konsep cara kerjanya. Karena kan secara kita tahu bahwa kapal selam itu pasti memiliki berat yang besar ya, lebih besar ya daripada kapal biasa, karena dinding-dindingnya terbuat dari baja yang kedap oleh air supaya bisa tenggelam sampai ke dasar lautan. Bagaimana caranya untuk supaya kapal selam itu bisa naik, muncul, terapung, bisa melayang, bisa tenggelam, itu tergantung dari tangki kompresor udaranya. Ya, jadi kalau misalnya dikasih udara di dalamnya, maka akan terapung. Kalau misalnya dikeluarkan udaranya akan melayang atau tenggelam ya. Jadi massa jenis itu mempengaruhi apakah dia terapung, tenggelam atau melayang. Dari sini apakah ada pertanyaan anak-anak? Adakah pertanyaan? Darren, mungkin ada pertanyaan? Oke, perhatikan ya, untuk selanjutnya kita akan latihan soal, tapi kerjakan dulu tugas yang saya sudah upload di LMS Moodle ya. Di Moodle sudah saya upload, jadi kalian bisa kerjakan. Dan tugas dikumpulkan paling lambat tanggal 2 Februari ya. Jadi jangan sampai terlambat. Kalau terlambat mempengaruhi poin nilai. Kok 100.000? Sebentar. Bukan sentimeter ke kilometer, Adeline, tapi sentimeter ke meter. Oke, anak-anak perhatikan untuk konversinya ya. Tunggu, saya akan konversikan dari sentimeter ke meter. Ya. Kilometer. Terus ini apa nih ya? Sebentar. Oh, nggak bisa. Kilometer, hektometer, dekameter, ya, meter, desimeter, sentimeter. Oke, dari tadi kan dari sentimeter ke meter ya. Masalahnya ini kan 10 pangkat 3. Jadi ini 1000 ya. Jadi kalau naik lagi 1000 lagi dong. Jadi nolnya nambah. Tapi karena dia naik, maka dibagi, bukan dikali. Ya, jadinya 1/1 juta. Dari sini apakah ada pertanyaan anak-anak? Jadi bukan 100.000. Jadi hasilnya adalah 1/1 juta. Jadi kan nolnya ada 6. 1 naik, 1 tingkatan tangga 1000. Naik lagi 1, 1000. Jadi nolnya ada 6. Apakah ada pertanyaan dari sini? Oke, baik. Sekian pembelajaran kita pada hari ini ya. Jangan lupa untuk buka di Moodle tugasnya, kerjakan ya. Paling lambat hari Selasa untuk dikumpul. Kalau ada yang terlambat, maka tidak akan menambah poin ya. Jadi poinnya malah berkurang ya. Kerjakan tugas sebaik mungkin dan tidak ada keterlambatan untuk mengumpulkan. Deadline hari Selasa tanggal 2 Februari 2021. Baik anak-anak, kita akan akhiri perjumpaan kita pada hari ini untuk pembelajaran tekanan ya. Silakan buka kameranya. Silakan buka kameranya, saya mau cek satu-satu untuk absensi, saya mau lihat. Untuk latihan soal yang ada di Moodle, saya memberikan 5 pilihan ganda, 2 esai ya. Jadi ada pemahaman konsep dan ada perhitungan. Jadi kalian harus pahami sebelum mengerjakan soal. Edo Juan, Alexis, Sevilla, Angela, Kenshian. Ayo Steven, Aurelia. Tadi yang mana ya yang tidak bisa itu ya? Kadek Gilang? Ada tidak? Oke, yang tidak bisa buka kamera silakan kasih tanda jempol deh. Yang tidak menanggapi berarti tidak ada di tempat. Baik, terima kasih atas tanggapannya anak-anak. Ya, baik, kita akhiri perjumpaan kita pada hari ini. Selamat belajar untuk selanjutnya. Jaga kesehatan, Tuhan Yesus memberkati.
Good afternoon, class. Welcome back. Welcome looks like a YouTube channel. Hi, welcome to English reading and listening class. Week number 2 with Miss Daisy Situmorang. Let's begin our class with a prayer. Jason Tanjaya, can you please pray for us?
Oke, Miss. With bahasa Indonesia or English?
Whatever you prefer, go ahead.
Oke. Sekarang mari kita berdoa, Tuhan berkati supaya dalam pelajaran bahasa Inggris ini Tuhan berkati supaya kami bisa mendengarkan dengan baik dan menjawab soal-soal dengan baik. Tuhan Yesus dalam Yesus, amin.
Amen. Thank you very much, Jason. Okay. Let me check your attendance. So every week we'll begin with the prayer and I'll check your attendance. So if you are here with us together, answer me by saying, here, Miss Desi, or yes, Miss Desi. Okay, unmute your microphone. So it is really important to have a perfectly working microphone. If it's broken, please get it fixed as soon as possible. Okay, Adeline Gianella
Yes,
Lukito. Okay, good. Thank you. Alexis Sarah Chimanti.
Here, Miss.
Thank you. Alicia Maharani Lasmi Devi Gusti Ayu.
Here, Miss.
Good. Angela Josephine Charity Lemon.
Yes, Miss.
Thank you. Ariance Elda Timo. Elda?
Yes, Miss.
Okay. Aurelia Samantha Josephine. Aurelia Samantha Josephine.
Hadir, Miss.
Okay, thank you. Betania Putri.
Yes, Miss.
Good. Christopher Perez.
Yes, Miss.
Darren Gareth Suryadi.
Yes, Miss.
Good. Emmanuel Jason Tanjaya.
Yes, Miss.
Gabriela Maria Tafiana Santoso. Good. Gede Edo Juan Kumara.
Yes, Miss.
Graciela Ifori Sihombing.
Yes, Miss.
Imade Martial Rida. Okay, Imade is.
Yes, Miss.
Oh, there you go. You're back. Okay. Jeremy Joseph Imade.
Yes, Miss.
Good. Kadek Alfi Aquila Gilang Melody. Okay, nice. Kennedy Leonardo Wijaya. Kennedy. Is Kennedy here? Yeah, maybe not. Okay, Kennedy is not here. Kenson Lawrence. Okay. Sean Neil Obet Ricardo.
Yes, Miss.
Sefila Kalyana.
Yes, Miss.
Stephen Su Wijaya.
Yes, Miss.
Tracy Alicia Supranata.
Here, Miss.
Bulan Febrianti Putri.
Yes, Miss.
Perfect. Okay. So only Kennedy that is not here today. Okay, next I would like to talk about your last week assignments, okay, homeworks and school tasks. Unfortunately, sadly, there's still some students who haven't returned or submit their work. Yeah, so I have a name here. Let me check. For workbook, page 97. Ooh. Okay, for this one, everyone submitted their work. Good job, everyone. Thank you very much. Workbook, page 97, completed. And for reading strategies, skim and scan, workbook, page 100, only one student who haven't submitted to me. You know who you are. Please submit it as soon as possible. I'm not going to tell your name. Okay, I already sent a message to your homeroom teacher last time to forward it to your group. So you already know who that needs to upload their work. Okay, and there's still one student who haven't submitted. You know who you are. Please submit your work, okay? As soon as possible. Also, with the the reading comprehension task, workbook page 101, you still haven't submitted to me. Yeah, just one student only, okay? Again, please remember, yeah, guys, last time I told you that you have to be responsible, you have to be respectful, and you have to change your attitude. So please, 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 please submit everything on time, because you don't want to get in trouble by the end of the semester, because a lot of teachers will come at you to ask for your missing assignments, okay? So be a good student, be nice, be respectful, and return your work, your homework, your assignment on time. Yeah? Okay, so there's that about your works, your task from last week. Kennedy is here. Kennedy, what happened? Why did you come late to the class?
Because I go to the restroom.
Okay,
The toilet.
good, good. Kennedy, next time, please make sure you tell Miss Intan, yeah? So we know what happened to you. I was already check your attendance and you were not there. So next time, please let us know. Yeah, join the Zoom meeting and let us know that you were going to the toilet, okay? So when I check the chat box, I know that you guys are there. You just need to use the restroom real quick. Okay, Ken? Give me a thumbs up if you can promise me that. Good. Now, I have a question. Did all of you already get your score for the homeworks last week? Give me a thumbs up if you already get a score for every single tasks that we had last week. So there are 3 tasks, right? Let me know if you, yeah, because I want to see. Only 2? Only German, Safila? I already grade your work. Oh, Jason Tanjaya. Only 3 of you? Hey. Seriously, guys? But I already did it. Yeah, please go check, yeah. Okay. Yeah, while you guys on that, let me open our PowerPoint for today. Ba-da-ba-ba-ba. We are still in Unit 4. Now it's time to move on. To move on, like, yeah. To learn the second reading, the second lesson. Oh, thank you, Angela. The second reading. What is this? In Unit 4. Can we see change as it happens? Okay, so go ahead and open your textbook on page 200. Okay, page 200. This is the new reading. This is lesson 2. This is reading 2. We are going to talk about a story from Ruby Bridges, Through My Eyes. Okay, before that, oops, I forgot. Okay, we're going to have a hunting stars first. Please, can someone tell me what is the title for your reading 1 text? What's the title of the article that I asked you to read last week? What's the title of reading 1 in Unit 4? Adeline.
Changing Earth.
Good job. I will give you 1 star for that. Okay, so Adeline, get 1 star. Changing Earth. Adeline, 1 star. Okay, good. That's a good start. Okay, so in today's class, I will introduce you to reading 2. We will study keywords and academic words together, and there will be a vocabulary practice. So make sure you open your Moodle, you get your Moodle ready, because I will ask you to upload the vocabulary practice there, okay? Okay, good. Let's go to the stars hunting. Yeah, it's from reading text, changing Earth. I have 4 questions for you related to the reading text last week, related to changing Earth. So go ahead and open a textbook on page 188. Okay, because that's the text are changing Earth. Okay, I have 4 questions, each question worth 2 stars. So whenever you got the question correct, you will get 2 stars. Okay, now this one, you have to use the function, the raise hand function in your Moodle, in your Zoom. Okay, right now I want you guys to be fair. I want to see if you can use that function in your computer. So please raise your hand right now, all of you. Okay, good, good, good. And do not lower it until I say so. So keep it on until I ask you to lower it. Ba-da-ba-ba-ba. Okay, okay, okay. Let's go, let's go, let's go. Okay, okay. Keep it going. Keep it there. Raise your hand. Betania, Edo, Gusti Ayu, Ulan, Kadek. Darren, raise your hand. Raise your hand. Oh, not reaction, yeah, not reaction, tapi raise hand. How do we use the function raising hand is click on the 3 dots, I guess, and choose raise hands. Open the chat. Is it from the chat? Yes. Open the chat or no. A. Okay. Okay. 22, 20, 20, 20. Ulan, Kadek Gilang, can you use the function? Where I check. Wait, I check participants. Oh, it's in participants. Participants, click on participants, and there are 3 dots there. And raise hands. Okay, click on 3 dots and raise hand. Okay, click on participants, 3 dots, and click raise hands. Okay, participants, 3 dots, raise hands. Gilang bisa nak? Jadi Gilang itu harus pakai Wulan, can you do that? Jadi klik di bagian partisipan dulu. Kan ada di taskbar-nya itu kan ada tulisan partisipan. Kemudian kamu klik partisipan, kemudian nanti ada 3 titik di bagian bawah. Klik titiknya terus nanti ada raise hand. Nah, klik dah di raise hand itu. Gitu ya sayang ya. Bisa tah? Bisa tah? Gilang? Okay, there you go. Good job, good job, good job. Yeah, good, good. So your raise hand is working. Good, 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 good. Thank you, Adeline. Good. Okay, now, okay, lower your hand now. Okay, yeah, lower your hand. Lower your hand, lower your hand. Lower your hand, okay? Yeah, lower it. Rita, Neil, lower your hands. How? Yeah, okay. Question number 1. Yeah. Question number 1. Are you guys ready? This is the question. Ta-da! What has happened to Earth's population in the last 200 years? Pay attention to Earth's population. Adeline, let's go.
The Earth has changed very quickly over the past 200 years.
Can you tell me the number of the...
What number, miss?
The growth of population, the population growth.
Oh, it's 1 billion people living on Earth.
Good.
Is it?
That's one. That's from 1 billion to to how many billion?
Now,
Yeah, according to the text. From 1 billion to
2 billion, and then grow to 6 billion.
good job. Good. Adeline get 2 stars. So you have 3 stars so far, yeah, Adeline. Good, good, good. 3 stars. Okay, very good. This is the answer. Good job, Adeline. Question number 2. What are 3 limited natural resources that we could run out of? 3 limited natural resources that we might or we could run out of. 3 limited natural resources. Okay, Safila, let's go.
Oil, natural gas, and coal.
That's not it. Good try, Safila. Kennedy.
These resources include food, water, and fossil fuels.
Good job. That's the answer. Thank you very much, Kennedy. You get 2 stars. I like it. Kennedy. 2 stars. Good. Next question. How are scientists changing the food supply? And what do some people think about this change? Okay, how are scientists change the food supply and what do some people think about these changes? What is this process called? On how we work or how they work for our, okay, Safila, let's go.
Genetic engineering.
And what do people think about it?
Others say that scientists can make mistakes when changing the characteristics of a plant or an animal.
Good job, Safila. Get 2 stars. Okay, so this is the answer. Very good. We people worry, yeah, because it might affect the other living things. Good, good, good. I really like it. You got, whoops, I'm lagging, miss. Oh, I'm really sorry, Ritas. Okay, good, yeah. So far, so good. I'm happy. Are you guys happy? I hope you guys are happy. Okay, the last question for today. Oops. What consideration are being taken into account for new advances about the transportation and workspaces? And you have to explain what consideration people are taking about transportation and workspaces. What do they do about our transportation and workspaces? And you have to explain that. What do they do? The scientists and an architect about to be prepared for the population or the changing earth. What did they do about the transportation and the buildings? Alexis, let's go.
They change it to using battery, solar power, and fuel cells.
That's for car. Good job. That's for transportation. What about the buildings?
Hold on.
Good.
Many building waste energies. They use oil, gas. Okay. They uses the sunlight and ventilation to heat and cool the building efficiently.
Okay, good. Thank you, Alexis. I give it to you. 2 stars for you. So in short, yeah, that's correct. For the transportation, they use solar power cars, right? As for the design of buildings, they try to, again, use that to heat or to cool the houses, the buildings, by using environmentally friendly designs. Good job. Thank you very much. Thank you, everyone. So Alexis, you may lower your hand. Get 2 stars. Good. So that's it. That's for our hunting stars for today. How do you guys like it? Do you guys prefer to have a hunting star every week, or nah, Miss Desi, I think I pass, because this one you can use it to, to fix your score or to skip workbook pages. Okay, so it's the same. If you have 5 stars, you can skip 1 workbook page. If you don't want to use that, so 1 star equal 2 points. Yeah, 1 star equal 2 points. Okay, 5 stars can skip 1 workbook page. Okay, good. So that is the hunting stars. Also, yeah, we will have it more later on. Sorry, but did we restart all of our stars? Yes. Yes. Yeah, I am really sorry, but I lost track on last semester stars. I am so sorry about that. I have a lot in my mind from last semester online class. That's a lot of things to do. So yeah, but I promise you, I'll keep in track every week right now. It will be on my notes, okay? Promise. Yeah. Okay, so thank you. You guys, you did a really good job. All of you did a really good job. Thank you, Adeline. Thank you, Kennedy, Safila, and Alexis. Good. Okay, reading 2, Social Studies article from Through My Eyes by Ruby Bridges. Okay, and this one, I will introduce you to the reading introduction. We'll learn the keywords and academic words together, and you guys will read Through My Eyes, okay, by Ruby Bridges. Yeah, we will skip the discussion time for now. Okay, so this reading is about Ruby Bridges, who was the first African-American student to attend all-white school in New Orleans. So back then, there's a school for specific ethnics or specific race, okay? There's school for white, there's school for people with color, and etc., etc. So back in the 1960s, Mrs. Ruby Bridges was the first one who attended all-white school. So he was the first one, the first person with color who attended that school. Okay, and it was in New Orleans, Louisiana, USA. So in this article, in this passage, she describes her experiences as a 6-year-old girl caught up in the issue of school integration. Integration, what is integration, Miss Daisy? We'll find out in the keyword later on, okay? Good. So that is your reading text for reading 2. Yeah, this is a timeline of Ruby Bridges from 1957 until 1962, the process of her going to schools, okay? Yeah, let's go to page 201, vocabulary, the keywords. So we have 6 different keywords right now that we're going to learn, and they are civil rights, federal court, justices, racism, segregation, and troops. Troops, segregation, racism, justices, federal court, and civil rights. Okay, so civil rights is rights to legal, social, and economic equality. So in Bahasa Indonesia, we call it hak, yeah, our rights. Our rights to what? Our rights to every legal and social and economic equality in our place, in our nation, okay? Civil rights, hak. Next, we have federal court, a court of the federal government. This is related to not Mahkamah Agung, but something like that. Pengadilan, okay? Pengadilan, bukan Mahkamah Agung, yeah, I'm sorry. Pengadilan, yeah. Laws, yes, Alexis, related to laws. Federal court, pengadilan, okay? A court of the federal government. Next is justices. Okay, it's not justice, it's justices. A judge of the federal court. Jadi hakim-hakim yang ada di pengadilan, they call it justices. Okay, justice is justice, keadilan, but justices is the judge. People who are judging for the federal court, we call that justices. Yeah. Next, we have racism. Racism is a hatred or intolerance of another race. Okay, not a good thing. You don't like another race. You must be a racist. Okay, racism, hatred or intolerance of another race. Next, we have segregation, the separation of people, different races. Okay, so back then they have segregation. If you're people with color, if you're white, we should separate. Okay, we have this, and I don't know, maybe back then it was a law, segregation, separation of people, different races. So race A and race B can't be together. Segregation. There's that. Okay. And the last one is troops. Members of the military or police force. Troops. Okay. Yeah. So this is the definition of each keywords. Let's do the practice on page 201. Okay. This one. Go ahead at the bottom section, the practice. Okay, we have six incomplete sentences. So you have to find the right keywords for each sentence. Okay, I'll give you 2 minutes. Okay, and when we come back, we'll do it together. Okay, find the correct keywords for each sentence in this practice. I will go back to the slide before, the previous slide, so you can easily take a look at the definition of each keywords, so you can easily answer or fill in the blank. Okay, 2 minutes starts now. Practice keyword practice on page 201 in your textbook, the bottom section. I'll be here if you have questions. Okay, right now, I want you guys to give me a thumbs up if you done completing the missing spot or blank in textbook page 201. Give me a thumbs up, please. Hello. Oh, Safila. Thank you very much, Safila. Give me a clap if you haven't finished. Give me a clap if you haven't finished. Oh, Jason, okay. 2 more minutes, okay? 12:15, I'll come back and we'll do it together. Thank you. 2 more minutes, yeah, 2 more minutes. Okay, your 2 minutes is up. Let's do it together. Number 1. Gusti Ayu Alicia. Can you please read the sentence and fill in the blank, Alicia? Number 1.
Justices of the Supreme Court hear cases and make decisions that affect many people.
Good job. That is correct. Number 1 is justices. Thank you very much, Ayu, Alicia. You will get 1 star for that. Number 2. Anyone wants to try number 2? Adeline. Yeah, Adeline.
In the 1950s and 1960s, many people fought for civil rights or equal treatment of all Americans.
Good. Civil rights. Good job. Adeline, get 1 star. Number 3, anyone? Okay. Safila, let's go, Safila. Safila? Jason Tanjaya, let's go. Jason, you want to do number 3?
Yes, Miss.
Let's go.
Many states in the South practiced segregation. They wanted to keep students apart.
Good. Segregation. They wanted to keep the students apart. Good job. Jason, get 1 star. Alicia, get 1 star. Yeah, that's it. Hey, Adeline, get 1. So Adeline, Jason, Gusti Ayu, 1. Okay, number 4. Anyone? Ridas, can you please do number 4 for us?
The troops stood in front of the school to protect the entering students.
Good job. You get 1 star. Thank you very much, Ridas. Number 4 is troops. Yes. Number 5, Jeremy Joseph. Let's go.
The Supreme Court is part of the United States Federal Court System.
One more time.
Okay. The Supreme Court is part of the United States Federal Court System.
Good. Federal courts. Good job, Jeremy. You get 1 star. So wait, let me put it into my notes first before I forget. So Ridas get 1 star, and then Jeremy get 1. Okay. The last one. Angie. Let's go.
Sadly, there is still racism in the world causing unfair treatment.
Good. Sadly, there is still racism in the world causing unfair treatment. Good. Good job, you guys. Nice. Very good. So all of you did a really good job of keywords done. Yeah. You guys did a really good job. Let me write Angie name here. Okay. Nice. On to academic words. Okay. So for academic words, we have, it's the same. We have 4 different academic words that we've learned for today. Okay. The first one, we have apparent. Okay. Easy to understand and it is obvious. So the need for equal and fair treatment was apparent to all the students. Apparent is, how do I explain this? Yeah. When you see something that is super clear, that is obvious, we call that apparent. It is obvious that she's the smartest students in the class. And it is apparent that we have to keep doing online class because of pandemic. Due to pandemic, it is apparent that online class will be continued. Okay, that's apparent. Terlihat sekali, terlihat jelas, obvious. Okay, that's one. I have a question for Niel, my question is, what is apparent about people who study hard? What can you tell? What is apparent about them? So when you see someone who study hard, you will know. It is apparent because they have these traits. What do you think? What do you think? Niel?
I don't know, Miss.
Okay, this is my question. My next question is, who do you think is the most intelligent student in this class? Who do you think the most intelligent?
Wait. Let me think.
In this class. Who is the most intelligent? Siapa yang paling pintar di kelas ini? Alexis said,
I think, I don't know. I think
it's okay.
all of us is, okay, I don't know.
Good. All of you are intelligent. Yes, that is a really smart answer. But if I ask you to pick one student who you like to work with, because it's, yeah, pick one student. Adele. Okay, good. How do you know that Adele works or study hard?
Because I saw first when teacher gave us work, dia selalu pertama gitu.
Okay, it's always the first answer. Good. So that is actually the answer. What's apparent for people who study hard? Kenapa you know that Adeline itu study hard? Apa yang terlihat obvious? Apa yang apparent? Apa yang kelihatan? That's the answer. Karena Miss Daisy setiap kita ada tugas itu Adeline tuh selalu jawabnya cepat gitu ya. So that is the answer. What's apparent? Apa yang membuat orang ini kelihatan banget kalau dia pintar, kalau dia tuh belajarnya kencang atau serius gitu. Not saying that you guys are not serious when you did study. No, I'm not saying that, but this person is just super serious, I must say. Okay, and I believe all of you are intelligent. Okay. Okay. You guys are intelligent. Okay. You guys are my favorite. All of you. Okay. That's number one. Number two, integrate, unite. Before in the keywords, we have segregation, separation. This is the opposite. This is the opposite of segregation. Integrate, unite. And the practice of separating people of different race. Okay. Instead of separating them, you integrate them, you unite them, menyatukan. Okay, tidak lagi dipisahkan tapi disatukan. That's integrate. Okay. Number three, symbol. A picture, a ladder, or a sign that means or stands for something else. For example, the letter U, we usually use that for texting, right? Instead of using the complete word Y-O-U, we just simply use U as a symbol. We're talking about U, okay? So U, the letter, become U, okay? What other symbol that you usually use? Do you guys can think of any? Or a symbol of heart to show that you you haven't, you love someone, right? Symbol. Okay. Next, undertake. Start to do something. The students are too busy undertake such a big project. The students are busy start doing their homework. Okay, so undertake is when you start doing something, we call that undertake. I'm busy undertake my what else? My lesson prep. Okay, I'm start doing my lesson prep for my favorite students. Okay, that's undertake. Start to do something. Memulai. Okay. Does anybody have questions for this? Okay, if you don't have questions, let's do this one. Okay. Vocabulary practice, please get your workbook and do page 106. I give you guys 10 minutes for one page, and please upload it to Moodle. I already create a place to do that in Moodle, so please do so. In 10 minutes, I'll check the Moodle to see who completed the work and who or not. Okay, workbook page 106 in 10 minutes, upload to Moodle, and please send me done in the chat box once you finish uploading. Okay, I'll see you guys in 10 minutes. Good luck. Oh, I'm here if you have questions. Yeah. I actually have received, I got a notification that 3 students are doing their work in Moodle. However, 2 of you still put it into your draft. Please click submit so I can receive that in my submission section, okay? So two students still put their works on the draft, okay? Please click submit, you guys. Don't put it into your draft. Click submit, okay? Thank you, Elda. Thank you, Ayu, Alicia. Thank you, Alexis. Good job. Good, good, good. And please, if your work's still on the draft, please submit it. Yeah, click submit. Jeremy Joseph, good job. Good, good. Now it's on my submission section. Good job. Oh, now there are 6 students already. Let's go, guys. Good, good, good. I like it. Let's go. You guys have 3 more minutes. So 10 minutes is enough, yeah, to do 1 workbook pages, right? Nice. I like it. Don't forget to send me a chat in the chat box. Let me know that you finished uploading your work to Moodle. Alicia, thank you very much. Ridas, good job. Thank you. Thank you, thank you. Very good. Ooh. Nice. Two minutes to go. Thank you, Adeline. Good job. Very good. Someone put their work in the draft. Let me check. Who is this? Oh, no. No? What is it, Moodle? Oh, never mind. They submitted. Okay. It's okay. It's okay, Steven. Yeah, don't worry about it. Thank you for letting me know. Okay, 1 minute to go. You have 1 more minute to submit your classwork. Okay, so this is your final chance. You have to upload it right now. Okay, let me know, yeah, if you have trouble maybe with your internet or your Moodle, let me know. It's okay. Good, Christo. Let's go. Thank you, Christo. Very good. Okay, half of you submitted already, and I like it a lot. You guys are so amazing. Good. Ooh. Okay, yeah, so the time for that is over, but not over. You can keep uploading, yeah. I'm saying now while we wait for you, I also want to move on to the reading strategy. This is actually will be the just a friendly reminder because we've learned it back in 7th grade, draw conclusion, right? Facts given by the author and what you already know, that's how we draw conclusion. Okay, so this is just a practice really quick. Let's do it really quick. I want Graciela, can you please help me to read read the passage number 1? Graciela? Oh, just, okay, maybe she's busy with the, oh, there you
Yes,
go.
miss.
Let's go. Can you please read the passage number 1?
Lucas walked slowly into the building. His hands were shaking. He quickly put his hands in his pocket. Lucas didn't want his new classmates to know he was feeling.
Okay, so draw conclusion. What do you think happened to Lucas? What conclusion can you draw about Lucas, Ciela? According to the passage that you just read.
Maybe there's something like sick.
He is sick. Good, very good. Or
I don't know. Yeah, there's something wrong with his hands.
yeah, there's something wrong. Maybe he's in trouble. Maybe he's sick or anything. Yeah. So to draw conclusion, we need to find a clue, right? So the first clue is he walked super slowly to the building. That's one. The next, his hand was shaking. What happened? What happened when you walk slowly and your hands shaking and you quickly put your hands in your pocket? And the next one, you don't want your classmate to know how you're feeling, okay? Who know how he was feeling, right? So what is actually happened here? You walk really slow, your hand is shaking, and you put it into your pocket, and you don't want people to know how are you feeling right at that time. So he is actually super nervous and he probably ashamed about something, right? Because shaking and then anxious. So yeah, that's how we draw conclusion. Thank you very much, Sheila. Of course, you were right. There must be wrong with this Lucas boy, and he is actually really nervous and must be ashamed about something. Okay, good. Thank you. So yeah, so that's how we're going to skip because we don't have much time. Okay, we will continue this next week. So this is your homework. Okay, you did a really good job today. You participated well in every single activities, and I really like that. I want us to always have this kind of atmosphere in our class. Yeah, I'm so happy, and I hope you guys are happy too with this class today. This is your homework, workbook page 109, and please upload it on Thursday, January 28th before 9 p.m. Okay? Okay, does anybody have questions? Does anybody have questions before we call it a day? Thank you, Safila. Okay. Since you don't have questions, let's just call it a day. Again, thank you very much. You guys are amazing, okay? So I'll see you guys next week. I hope you have a good day. God bless you and goodbye. See you next week. Bye, everyone. God bless you.